You know, it's easy to think that our lives are shaped by the big, dramatic moments. That promotion you finally got, that relationship that ended, that one sudden flash of inspiration that changed everything. We're always waiting for these huge events, believing that they're the real turning points. But the truth is, your life isn't built in those rare earthquakes. It's built in the quiet, repetitive, and ordinary days. The ones we usually just brush off as just another day.
And that brings us to this idea, which Will Smith put perfectly. Real, lasting achievement, it's not about the grand vision of the wall itself. It's about this almost obsessive, disciplined focus on laying one single brick as perfectly as you possibly can, today. And then you get up and do it all over again tomorrow. That one small, seemingly meaningless action, repeated with a quiet consistency, that is where real change happens.
So let's dig into that a little bit, because our culture is obsessed with the idea of the big leap. I mean, we see it everywhere. The overnight success, the lottery winner, the person who made that one brilliant move that seemed to fix their entire life. We're actually conditioned to look for the shortcut, the life hack, the one single moment of intense effort that we hope is going to solve all our problems.
And this right here, this shows the fundamental conflict in how we see success. We want our lives to be shaped by the stuff on the left. I mean, come on, it's exciting, it makes for a great story, but the reality, the hard truth, is that our future is being quietly built right now by the things on the right, the boring, unsexy, repetitive actions that nobody ever claps for. It's that quiet consistency, not the sudden burst of motivation, that actually builds the wall.
And this belief in the big leap, it leads to the single biggest reason most of our goals just fizzle out. We don't start. We do nothing. We tell ourselves, oh, I'll start when I feel motivated, or I'll get to it when things finally calm down. But here's the thing about discipline. It doesn't wait for the right feeling. It's what you do when that feeling isn't there at all. The perfect moment to lay that first brick, it's always and only right now. So let's pivot away from that myth and talk about the mundane but incredibly powerful truth. If life isn't about these big leaps, then how is it actually built? Well, it's built one day, one choice, one single brick at a time. This is where the real work gets done. This brings us to a concept called the slight edge. And think of it like this. You have the choice to take the stairs or take the elevator. Taking the stairs is a small, simple discipline. It's so easy to do. But you know what? It's also incredibly easy not to do. The slight edge is just the principle that these tiny positive actions, when you repeat them consistently, they compound into huge advantages over time. And in that simple choice, every single day, your entire future is being decided. For instance, let's say you read just 10 pages of a good book every day. Does it change your life today? Nope. This week? Probably not. But after a year, you've read 3,650 pages. That's about a dozen books. After 5 years, that's 60 books. You have fundamentally rewired your brain with new ideas, new perspectives. That's the slight edge working for you. But here's the scary part. Just as the slight edge can work for you, it can absolutely work against you. Choosing the fast food over the healthy meal, just this once. Scrolling on your phone instead of going for that walk. Making that small, impulsive purchase you know you can't really afford. On any given day, these tiny errors in judgment, they feel harmless, but you compound them over years, and they build a life of debt, poor health, and a feeling of what if.
And this just clarifies the choice we all face, doesn't it? Every single day, you get to choose which kind of weight you want to carry. The lightweight, productive pain of doing the hard thing now, or the crushing, heavy weight of wishing you had later on. One is an investment in your future. The other is a debt that just keeps growing with interest.
So this brings up the obvious question. If the formula is so simple, just do the small things every single day, why is it so incredibly hard to actually do it? Well, the answer isn't that you're weak or lazy. The answer is that your own brain is actively working against you. See, your brain is wired for survival, and that means it seeks immediate rewards and it avoids discomfort at all costs. It loves new, exciting things, not the deep boredom of repetition. There's no instant dopamine hit you get from reading 10 pages or saving $10. The progress is so slow, it's basically invisible, so your brain just tells you, this is pointless, it's not working. It's trying to protect you by keeping you comfortable. And that right there is the crucial point. There is a fundamental conflict between your brain's ancient programming and what's required for long-term growth. Your brain wants what feels good right now. Your future self needs you to ignore those feelings and just execute the plan. Winning this quiet, internal battle every day, well,
That's the very definition of discipline.
Okay, so we get it. We understand the problem. We know why we fail to be consistent. Now let's talk about the solution. How do we build a system to overcome our own biology and actually make discipline our default setting?
First, you have to stop focusing on the entire wall. Just focus on laying one perfect brick. Make your daily commitments so small, so laughably easy that it's almost impossible to say no to. Second, build a simple routine. Don't rely on willpower. It runs out. Automate your most important actions. Like, if you want to write every day, the rule is just 15 minutes right after your morning coffee, non-negotiable. And third, you have to completely reframe your relationship with discomfort. That feeling of resistance, that's not a sign to stop. That's the feeling of growth itself.
This is such a profound shift in thinking. Discipline isn't about punishing yourself for not being good enough. It's about loving your future self enough to do the hard things today that they will thank you for tomorrow. It's choosing the long-term respect you'll have for yourself over the short-term comfort your brain is screaming for right now. Every discipline act is a vote of confidence in the person you're becoming.
And this is the ultimate truth of it all. Your identity isn't fixed. It is forged in the fire of your daily habits. You don't just have discipline. You become disciplined by repeatedly doing disciplined things. Every single time you show up when you don't feel like it, you are casting a vote for a new identity. You are literally becoming the person who keeps their promises to themselves.
So let's bring this all together and make it deeply personal. It's time to look at your own life, your own bricks, your own wall. I want you to think of your daily habits as the lines of code that you're writing for the operating system of your life. Your health, your finances, your peace of mind, these are simply the outputs of that code. And if you don't like the results you're getting, you can't just wish for a different output. You have to go back and patiently, day by day, rewrite the code.
So I'll leave you with this. Forget the 5-year plan for a minute. Forget the grand vision. Be brutally honest with yourself. What lines of code did you write today? What bricks did you lay? Because those small, seemingly insignificant actions, they are quietly and relentlessly building the wall of your future. The only question is, are you building the one you truly want?